literally just on a random day, I'm driving and I started to notice like the car jerking as I would hit like a certain speed. The car would start jerking. I'm like, well, this is strange. Like, I wonder what that's about or whatever. Didn't, I mean, not to say I kind of like didn't think anything of it, but I didn't think it was as serious as it really was, right? Because like I said, I didn't have no car problems, bro. God allowed me to get to my destination and to get home. Once I parked my car, I was not able to move it again. So I had an extended warranty on my vehicle, right? So I'm like, I'm pretty sure like whatever the problem is, it will be covered under the warranty. So I had my car towed to the dealership. The dealership runs a diagnosis. It's mechanical. There's something wrong with my transmission, right? And I was asking the guy, I'm like, well, the problem that you're talking about, does it normally show like warning signs, or does it just happen like out of nowhere, and you know what I mean, like you're kind of caught by surprise with a $10,000 bill? And he basically told me that there is no warning signs. Like your car is driving fine one day and then one day it just won't drive, right? That's exactly what happened. So I'm like, okay, well, you have to get in contact with the warranty company. They have to come out and I guess assess it, or I don't know how that works, and then we'll go from there. Well, he called me back a few hours later and he's like, I talked to the people at the warranty company and they said your account is not active. And I'm like, well, there has to be like a misunderstanding because my account is active. I'm on time with my payments. Like, I'm like, maybe somebody got a mix up or whatever. So I called the warranty company myself. I verify myself, tell them what's going on. And they're like, oh, well, your account is active, but we're not going to be able to cover the damage. That's why he said my account was, I guess, inactive. I feel like he should have worded it better. But basically what they were saying was, from the time that I signed up for the warranty to the current time that my car is at the dealership, I did not drive 1,000 miles. And they have a requirement that when you sign up, whatever mileage you give them and you tell them that you have on your car, you have to drive 1,000 miles before they will cover any type of problems. They don't tell you that. Not that it really would have mattered, because it's not like I could have forced myself to drive 1,000 miles even if I wanted to. My car shut down when it shut down, so it was kind of out of my control. And it pissed me off because I'm like, I'm paying y'all monthly. They're like, it's not like it was a pre-existing problem. Like the gentleman told, like the guy at the dealership told the warranty company, like, this in particular problem, like there is no warning signs. Like it kind of just like happens like out of nowhere, and then here we are. So the warranty company was not trying to hear it. They're like, yeah, well, anything under 1,000 miles, we won't cover, blah, 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 blah. I asked the guy at the dealership, I'm like, so financially, how much are we talking? Soon as that man said 8,000, I checked out the conversation. Gone. It was nothing else for me to hear. 8,000? Who? Oh, okay. So I'm like, okay. So I let him finish talking. I don't even remember the numbers after 8,000 because I literally lost my mind. I'm like, bro, if it ain't one thing, it's the next. Like literally, it's like I get over one obstacle and here comes something else. So I'm like, well, sir, I don't have that kind of money right now to come drop on a car. So I guess I'll just get the car towed back to my house. So he's like, well, I have storage here at the dealership. He was like, he told me he wouldn't charge me. He was like, you could just keep your car here. He was like, I won't charge you for storage or anything. He was like, I'll make sure your car is safe. And, whenever you're able to get things worked out, just give us a call and we'll work on the car, or we'll set up arrangements for you to come get your car, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, sir, I don't even have a time frame to be able to give you. And I was just trying to let him know, like, the kind of money that it's going to cost for me to get my car fixed, this isn't something I'm going to be calling you in about 30 days. Like, hey, I got $9,000. Let's get this car fixed. And at this point, the amount that it costs to get the car fixed may not even be worth the value. You know what I mean? I don't know the value of my car, but I know it's a 2016. So we're just about 10 years old, with over 100,000 miles on it. It was like 108,000 miles. So I just don't know, like, if it's even worth it. And I'm explaining this to him, and I'm like, So it would be at least a couple months before I can even get in contact with you and kind of give you an idea as to which direction I'm going to go. And the man was so nice and so generous, y'all. That man was like, okay, he's like, whenever you figure it out, it's fine. He's like, I have storage. Your car is not going to take up any space that I need for any of my other work. So whenever you figure it out, let me know. And it's very rare that you run into people like that are so understanding and so accommodating that will really go out their way, to help you the best way they can. And I could tell that he really sympathized with me. Not that he was in a position to do anything for me, but just the simple fact of what he was able to do, he was willing to do without question. Like, I really appreciate people like that in life, because life is hard for a lot of us. Like, well, shit, everybody in some form or fashion, you're going to hit your obstacles, right? And when you do, having people in your life that's going to help you or just minimize the damage just a little bit is a blessing. So I say all that to say, me and him hang up the phone. So now I'm sitting here stuck, like, what I'm about to do. And I really don't know. But what's crazy is, like I was saying in the beginning, when everything has an expiration date, and it doesn't matter how much you try to do something, when that date comes, there's nothing that you can do to revive something. And that's exactly what I'm experiencing. Like, my car being gone. Although I have a warranty, my car's insured, everything is legit. But it's still not enough to make my car get back in a working position. And I honestly believe the reason why that happened is because God is already letting me know, like, basically he allowed me to have that car for the time that I had it, because I needed it at that time. That car is now too small for me and my children. I got 4 kids, so 2 car seats in the back, it's already a tight squeeze. God knows I need a third row vehicle, and as long as I keep holding on to the old, he can't make room for the new. See where I'm going with this? So things have to come to an end in some form for something new to arrive. You get what I'm saying? So now that I am in this situation, even though my car is completely gone, God is so merciful and he understands your circumstances. I still have access to a car. You get what I'm saying? The point I'm making is, like, God didn't strip me completely of everything that I needed. He knows my circumstances. And now that I have released the old and allow God to be God, I don't know the scripture, but you know how it says, like, be still and know that I am God. When those situations happen and you remove yourself and you allow God to do what he does, when I'm telling you, miracles happen out of nowhere. And the reason why I'm so kind of carefree about my car and not having a car is because God just did something so big for me the beginning of December, way bigger than a car. You know what I mean? Like, he really, 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 really showed me how much he's in charge. And I'm not saying he's never done that before, but I was in a situation where my back was against the wall and I didn't see a way out, and I was really in a jam. And when I say God came in and did above and beyond, like, he made sure I had what I needed at that time and more. Overflow. So I know this situation is not going to be any different. It's going to be the exact same. And when he does open those doors and I have my testimony, I'm going to come back and give you guys an update. Meantime, between time, once again, when something has an expiration date, there's no bringing it back to life. And when something comes to an end, you have to let that process go, no matter how much you want to hold on to it. Once you're able to let it go, God can now bring in something new, and then you start fresh and have a new foundation. So I will update you guys as soon as I get an update, whenever that is. I'm on God's time, not my time.